Unbelievable at the gobbling action here. It don't get no better. Another snap, crackle, pop, and here goes old Wyatt.
I'm speechless. Look at his head.
Now keep in mind, this gobbler's only like 5 yards. I'm thinking I can just take the top of his head off. Man, did I have a blood trail. Hi, I'm Philip Vanderpool, and welcome to this week's show as we got some unbelievable hunting at Sheridan Valley Outfitters with Marvin Swan and the gang. We're going to be hunting southern Iowa and north Missouri. Sheridan Valley Outfitters, here I come. Going to hang out with my good old buddy Marvin Swan and the gang. But I will say this, you may come as a client, but you will leave with a lasting friendship when you get down here. That much I can promise you. We got a little more action in North Missouri in the Show Me State with the Good family. Russell Good, the father, his son Colton, Wyatt, and the nephew, Jonathan. First morning in Missouri on the youth hunt. Colton going to be running the lynch mob calls, Russell is running the camera, and then you've got the youth, Wyatt, and Jonathan up to bat. How awesome is that? The old turkeys are sitting up there and old sad daddy gobbling right off the limb. Fly down, a couple old sad daddy longbeards and a bunch of old girlfriends there, about 6 of them I think. Wouldn't you know it? Sure enough, the girls lead them the other way. Now it's time for Plan B.
Started out this morning, we was on some birds, but they were so end up.
I've learned a long time ago, roosted ain't roasted.
We're hoping that the hens has ventured away from these gobblers and we're gonna see what happens.
Well, I recognize that tree. What are the chances the boy's setting up at the same tree where I took old Sad Daddy Buck off the DSD decoy back in November? Stay on me, buddy. Lights out. Knockout punch, buddy. Smoke. Watch him not stay on me, buddy. He's gonna go down the field, I think. He's down. He's down. He's down. He's down. Lord, thank you. Russell the dad is running the calls. Now Colton's running the camera. Let's see what happens this time. Well, the next thing you know, Russell is talking sweet because here comes old Sad Daddy right into the decoys.
I'll tell you when, Jonathan, so just don't move.
And does he put on a little bit of action?
Get ready, White, in case he misses it.
Oh, Jonathan, a little snap, crackle, pop, and it's time for a little family turkey hunting celebration.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I'm telling you, you guys are some turkey killers now, I'm telling you.
How cool is it to see two boys, first cousins, sitting side by side, nobody sitting there having to hold the gun up for them. Hey, y'all, you're doing it right, and you're raising them right.
Jonathan here put the smack down on him at 15 yards. Yeah, I mean, it was just awesome. I couldn't be more proud.
This is Jonathan's 4th turkey with his Uncle Russ. I don't think I'd be going anywhere else, buddy. Uncle Russ is your lucky charm.
This is virtue style right here.
So many people have asked me, why did you switch to Elite? It's called shootability. Well, the next morning, they're back in the blind where they were at the first morning, and guess who's up to bat? Old Wyatt. There again, roosted ain't roasted. Them son of a guns, hey, the girlfriends control it. You just gotta sound sexier than they are. Now the boys are sneaking down the creek, and what they're trying to do is get in between where the old gobbler is and where he wants to go. The boys make it up there to the edge of the cut corn. I mean, first little yelp. Oh, there he was. Game on. Next thing you know, old Sad Daddy Longbeards are right there, and guess who's sitting on Sick'em? Old White.
Dad, they're jakes. The first one's a jake. Okay.
Next thing you know, another snap, crackle, pop, and here goes old White.
He's not even moving. His head was like that when I shot. Dude, my heart was beating so fast.
White, I love you, dude. You just tickle me to death watching you. Y'all just don't understand. You'd have to be around.
That freaking bumblebee was right in my ear. Like, I'm not even kidding.
White, I hear a little bit of north, a little bit of south, maybe some hillbilly slang in there.
This is freaking great.
Hey, some slang.
I'm speechless. They came in so dang quick. Couldn't even make an intro for this thing.
Y'all, this is what I love about turkey hunting this time of year, because you can share it.
Hey, you ain't off there. That's freaking awesome, man. I'm proud of you, son.
And Russell, Colton, you guys done an awesome job with Wyatt and Jonathan. Boys, way to get it done. That's what it's truly all about.
Look at his head. Oh my God. Come here. Look at that.
Man, you demolished him, brother.
Look at this, Dad. Look how good of a shot I made on that dang turkey. Dude, feel his head.
I know, you look at it. We got you yesterday, you today. That's awesome here. Yeah, I love you. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. Started doing a little bit of yanking and cranking on the lynch mob, and bow. I mean, they hammered right here. We hurried up, got set up, and it didn't take, what, 10 minutes, if that.
Five or six.
And I mean, they were in our laps. I mean, the past 2 mornings in a row, midday, that this call has produced for us. It's just phenomenal. I mean, I'm speechless.
You're telling me?
Hey y'all, now's the time to be thinking about big bucks. Check out the Antler Extreme products with the G4 technology. Not only will you have bigger bucks, but the product is dang good for them. Well, old Clint Schwalk and I are just down the road there at Sheridan Valley Outfitters, and we got a day to hunt there in North Missouri. Let's see what happens on this. It's on, boys. Talk about some goblin action. If this don't get your motor started and crank you crank, nothing will. Welcome to the Show Me State. Sad Daddy show us some love this morning. Next thing you know, single file, here comes a bearded hen and 3 old sad daddies right in behind her. And I'm talking unbelievable at the goblin action here. These big old Easterns, I mean, when they rattle, they just shake the ground. Clint and I are thinking they're coming, and Brandon, he's running the camera, eating it up. And the hen went on, the gobblers are coming. We're thinking, oh boy, we got this. Next thing you know, there's 3 more coming out over here. Unbelievable, all beards dragging. Next thing you know, here comes a whole herd of deer. Turkeys are confused. 3 of the gobblers go past us. There's another gobbler comes out with some hens down here below us, and another gobbler. Altogether, there was 8 longbeards. Deer going this way. Next thing you know, here comes old Wile E. Coyote right up there.
Goes a hunt. You gotta be kidding me.
I started to let him have it, but in Missouri, you can't shoot during turkey season.
Blow his head off.
So we had to let him walk off.
Maybe scare the turkeys in the next country.
Then it changed the mindset and we had to let the turkeys walk off. Talk about heartbroken. Me and old Clint, we were dumbfounded now. Y'all may recognize that homemade tree stand up there in the tree behind us. That's where cameraman Don Palmer and I had some great encounters back in the fall there. We have a little encounter with a 9-point that has an attitude. He circles the decoy. We run him right back into position. He snort wheezes on camera. You know, one of these days he's going to grow up to be old sad daddy. But right now, we give him a free pass. Sheridan Valley Outfitters. Marvin Swan got property in southern Iowa and north Missouri, and I've got an Iowa tag and it's burning a hole in my pocket. It's kind of an old hazy, drizzly, foggy morning there, and I've got that decap and I'm ready to decapitate, and I'm self-videoing. Lots of cameras rolling. Got an owl hooting right above me. Old turkey starts gobbling right down the ridge.
Good morning. It's right here, my first morning here in Iowa. Sheridan Valley Outfitters.
Next thing you know, here comes an old sad daddy longbeard come marching right up the ridge, coming right into the DSDs, Letitia, Bubby Jake, and Pookie. And right behind him is 4 old Jakes, but they're staying back, kind of holding their distance to see what old sad daddy longbeard's gonna do. This longbeard, he comes in, he's mesmerized. I'm sitting there waiting to get that decap so I can decapitate. This goes on and on and on and on. He finally gets around. I probably should have waited a little bit longer, but he's in that left window and he's facing away, and I'm thinking, I'm back. I can take the top of his head off. Well, didn't work out quite like I wanted it to. Now keep in mind, this gobbler's only like 5 yards. I'm thinking I can just take the top of his head off. What I didn't allow for is that 4-inch blade on that decap, and I guess it caught the back just before it got to the head. But man, did I have a blood trail.
Patience. I was getting tired of holding it. I've got so much weight with the cameras on the bow. I don't know what I've done. They come right up that little backbone. Perfect. Come
right end. I'm sure he's a big old 2-year-old, but he had a pretty good beard. It was wet, but you take what you can get. I thought he was coming in the blind with me. Anyhow, I get out. I'm blood trailing this gobbler. Just, it's pouring. You'd think I was on a deer trail, double lunger. As you can see, he was definitely bleeding right out of the chute. And it goes down to the fence, but I can't cross that fence because I don't know who owns that property. Curly comes up there, we call the landowner. Guess what? He's turkey hunting too, so we have to sit there and wait a while. Right here. There's where he crossed the fence, right here. Finally, when we got a hold of him, he gave us permission. But keep in mind, there was quite a bit of time lapse there. It started raining, and by the time we got down there,
Found him, Philip. He's right here.
you got him?
Got him. Buddy, he's dead.
We got him. Curly goes, Philip, got him over here, buddy. We get there. The coyotes had already pulled the feathers out of him. Luckily, they hadn't got him all eaten. What in the world? Something's had a hold of him, buddy.
I say.
Something has had a hold of that turkey. Sorry, we're gonna get him cleaned up and get him out of here, and we'll get back up there at the blind. It's just the top of the hill up here. We've had to come down through here. But something's had a hold of him, and I honestly think it's a coyote. We heard coyotes in there, I did this morning, and I think that's probably what happened. But at least we recovered him, and don't you think that I'm not gonna eat that turkey breast?
Yeah.
With mushrooms, right?
With mushrooms tonight.
Turkey breast and mushrooms tonight on Philip. This is the third time that's happened to me with them dadgum coyotes. But we got the old gobbler and the turkey hunting celebration. Me and old Curly, I'm just telling you, we were wound up like a B string on a banjo. There's the steady form. That's what we shot him with, is the decap. I thought I could take just the top of his cap off there and run it up in there because I could not get him to raise his head. Scott McIntyre, thank you so much for allowing us to go over there and recover this old gobbler. But I just want to say this, today's Sunday and I feel truly blessed. The good Lord allowed us to recover this gobbler, and you got mushrooms back at the lodge, and guess what? Mushrooms and turkey breast, they ain't nothing any better. All the tail fan feathers were gone but one. But I'll tell you this, he may not look like much, but he had 11.5-inch paintbrush, and we got to eat and fry up some old turkey breast. Hey y'all, the non-resident draw for Zone 5 now in southern Iowa is going on till June the 5th. And you can get put in for a late season muzzleloader, first season, second season gun tag, and archery. Sheridan Valley Outfitters, Marvin Swan and the gang, it gets no better. They've got the big bucks. You know, special thanks to Russell and Colton Good, Wyatt, the whole family, Jonathan, all you guys. What an unbelievable hunt. Family tradition, that is what it's truly all about, sharing the virtue.
This 4-wheel drive don't work.
Thompson. Oh, he weighs close to 200 pounds now, huh?
Let me go down in there and get it.
Young bulls and old bulls.